Hello, welcome to 5 minutes in the shed. Yeah, the bike's coming on pretty well. I'm at a point where I'm doing like finishing jobs now, which is amazing. Wiring's all done, apart from the brake light, but I can't do the brake light because I haven't got a brake on it. I haven't got a brake on it because I haven't got the chain case on for the primary side. I haven't got the chain case on because I wanted to strobe time the engine. I've strobe timed the engine now, that's all done, so I can put the chain case on. When I've done that, I can put the brake on. When I've done that, I can put the foot pegs on. When I've done that, I can do the brake light switch. When I've got a brake light switch, I can put the side panels on and I can put the seat on it and I can go for a ride. So I don't know how far I'm going to get in this video, we shall have to see. But my list over there is slowly getting checked off, which is good. But I think the first thing to do is I can put the chain case on. Let me show you my chain case. There it is. It's been sitting there all super shiny for ages because it's the last thing I'm going to put on. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to putting that on because that'll mean the engine is then complete. I'm hesitant to say that, but the engine is going to be complete. So I think what I'm going to do, put that chain case on, drop a splash of oil in it, because the chain, you can run it dry if you want, but you need a bit of oil in it. Clutch plates run cooler in a bit of oil, and you need to oil the primary chain. So yeah, I'll get that done. I might change the oil on the engine because I've been running it a bit with this oil in. First time it's had oil in it. I don't know if there's any bits of crap in there. I haven't got a clue. It was pretty clean when I built it. Who knows? I'll do an oil change, get the oil level right, and we'll take it from there. So let's get the primary chain case on. I think we should just take a little moment to appreciate the shiny engine. Oh yes, oh yes, shiny engine. And I've also now got brake pedal, which is here, there, which comes back to along here, like that, and hinges up there. And then got your brake light switch here, which is a button normally on. So when that brake pushes the switch like that, it's off. And when you put brake down, that switches it on. That's good. Need some foot peg rubbers, obviously, because I'm just on bare metal at the moment. But that's something we can do. So, right, where are we now? I reckon. Oh, I'm trying to think of things to do. I think I'm going to change the oil, but before I do that I need to warm the engine up. Warm the engine up, change the oil. That's what I'm going to do now. Going down. Petrol. I don't really need to film this because you've seen it run before, but in all honesty it never gets old. Right. okay, so that's interesting. I could hear a scuffing noise, and I think the clutch is contacting the chain case on the outside. So I just put my hand on it, and it's a bit warm in one spot, like it's being rubbed. That's interesting. I haven't put any oil in there yet, but if it's rubbing enough to make it hot, then that's not good. Gonna need to have a look at that. Okay. So when I put that primary chain case on, I only put Hylamar sealant on one side of the gasket, which is great because the other side I put grease on it, which means I can take it off and it's not going to rip the gasket, which means I can put it on and off as much as I want, which is pretty cool. Bit interesting that it's catching that. I don't know why that would be the case. I mean, there's not really a lot I can do about it. Yeah, I guess that's why it won't tick over, because on tick over it's just enough to drag the engine down. So, okay, mine has exhausts. Yeah, okay, I'll have a look and see what I can do with that. Well, so I just took the side off again, right? It's quite a good save, really. I'm glad that just happened, because if you look inside the case in here, just check you can see. Okay, yeah. If you look inside the case in here, there's a score mark that comes around there, which is the same place as the clutch drum, and the edge of the clutch drum has got a scuff on it. Now this was scuffed anyway, and you very often see these scuffed, but that's give it a good old scratch there. And you know, this casing isn't very thick. If I'd have kept running that, there's a good chance that would go through. So I don't know if there's something wrong with the clutch, whether the clutch isn't home properly or something like that. So I think I'm just going to pull the clutch plates out and have another look at it and make sure all that's okay, because that doesn't seem right, and obviously I can't have that. So yeah, I'm going to pull the clutch out and see what I can see in there. Right, keeping it real, I'll tell you what I did wrong. Alright, so if I bring you in here, alright, so that's the clutch. Right, that's a bit close. Hang on a minute, hang on. Wobble. Right, that's the clutch there. Now, what I'd done is I'd built this on the bench. It's very hard to tighten that nut on the bench because everything spins round, and it was loose. Now that pulls down onto a taper, so this pulls down onto a taper and to hold the clutch on. Now, what I did was I took the cover off. I could see where the damage was, which is coming from right around the edge of the clutch basket, and I gave it a wiggle, and the whole thing was wiggling a bit, which isn't right. Not right. So I thought it's rocking on the taper. I thought maybe some dirt on the taper. Anyway, tried the nut and it was loose. I hadn't tightened it up. So very good spot that was. Otherwise I'd have eaten my primary chain case and clutch and stuff. So yeah, so I've tightened it up now. So now I've just got to put the plates back in like this, like that, and then when the plates are all back in, there we go. Plates are back in. I'll put the pressure plate back on. I've got to balance it up again with the DTI, make sure it's going in a straight line. And if that's good, I'll try the cover on again. Brill. Wasn't tight, so I tightened all that up, rebuilt the clutch up, made sure it was all running true, put the cover back on, got the bike running now, and there's no hot spots on the case, so there's nothing running in there because otherwise it'd be hot. That's lovely. I've only put a few screws in it for now just to check, but it's alright. So that means I can put the rest of the screws in it and put some oil in it. But I thought while I've got the engine running, I'll get the oil warm and then I can dump the oil and put the new oil in. Hence why it's running. Hence why I put it on normal video, because is the best thing in the world. Right then, so doing a bit of oil changing. Now there's a couple of places for the oil on this bike, right? One is the down tube. So you got the down tube comes down and there's you know, you can undo the bottom. There's a gauze there which catches some muck. There's the sump on the bottom of the engine, which lets a bit of oil out. And then on the oil in frame there's a low bit by the seat, which means there's oil in there as well, and there's a drain plug on that. Now the low bit on the seat, right, let me just show you, is behind the battery. Right, so the oil drain is up there. Okay, now I didn't want to drain the oil all over my lovely nice bike, so what I've done, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I've angled the bike. Right, so if I come out straight, I stuck it with its nose down. With its nose down, then the oil flows down that way to the headstock, and then from the headstock it goes down the front down tube, right, and drips out the bottom. Okay, that's my plan. So that's how I'm draining the oil out. So if I just come back a little bit. Oh, that's no good. Let me just change the camera around. Right, camera's the right way around now. So you can see the bike kind of standing on its nose with the oil running out of it. However, messing about with angles like that, I've had a little bit of a disaster with my oil pan. Didn't really work. So yeah, I've got a bit of a clean up to do. Anyway, oil's out, so putting the oil in is a lot easier because you just put it in that hole there, which is a lot easier. Yeah, hot engine, let the oil out, drop the bike right on its nose. I can't even believe my stand does that, but I'm impressed. If I go back a little bit, you'll be able to see the whole thing in its magnificent endo. Alright, there we are. So yeah, I'll get some oil in it now and I can run it up again. Here it is, look, almost done. Almost done. So, tank's on properly, oil's changed, left hand side's all on, brakes are on, foot pegs. So, the last few little bits to do. So, I need a kickstart rubber, I need foot peg rubbers, that's not a kickstart, that's a gear lever rubber. Kickstart rubber, foot peg rubbers. I'll put those on. I need to put the side panel on. The other side panel's already on. If you can see down there, that side panel's already on. Yeah, side panel, seat, and then it's good to go. Right, there it is, on its own wheels, off the stands. Apart from a speedo, but obviously speed limits are optional anyway. Apart from a speedo, that's it. That's a finished motorcycle. I'm well chuffed with how it's turned out. It looks great, but there's one thing we need to do. have they done it like that? Just chop this and this. Right, moment of truth. Come on. All right. There it is, the mighty TriBSA. Oh, that was satisfying. You may think that doesn't look straight on the tank. However, it is perfectly level. Right. Here we go. Key in. Fuel on. Prime the carburetor. Get a wet thumb. New kickstart rubber, look at that. Check clutch is free, it's good. Bring it up to a compression. Compression. There we go. Yeah, you can see that. Look at that. Ooh. 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 Thanks for watching.